WeatherChannel.THEwav. It's been a few weeks since our last podcast, but I guess we're back now, and we have a new co-host. Introduce yourself, pal.
Jacob.
That's it.
Yours truly.
And we're back with the controversial, hard-hitting topics today. Number one, what's going on with the Galahans McDonald's? Let's speak to the manager of the establishment.
I quit my fucking job.
He's not the manager anymore, okay?
We're gonna have to fix that one afterward. Look how big it is.
No, it's good.
Anyway, yeah, I quit my job. We can talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. You were gonna talk about McDonald's as well, so why don't you talk about your McDonald's story, and then I'll tell you about how I quit my job.
Here's the thing. I think me and Max Moore have a similar take on this. When you go to McDougal's, you want an ice cold boba, generally, right?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say they got the best ice cold boba, but the
They
ice
got the
machine's
special
broken.
recipe. Is it still broken?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the last time I went there, now you have to go to the first window to order. Like the speaker on the menu or some shit's broken.
When was that?
Just like a few days ago, when I was with old Pussycat.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that place is a piece of shit, honestly. There's so many people quitting.
So, I mean...
Like, what's wrong? What's going wrong there?
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't have any sort of respect for their employees. Like, you go in there, there's no chance of anybody getting a raise. You're supposed to be considered for a raise after you work there for a year. They don't do that. I know people that have worked there for 3 years, people that have worked there for 5 years. No raise. You're supposed to be considered for a raise after you become a manager in training, and then another raise after you become a manager. They don't do either of those either. But the head honcho of the establishment hired his stepdaughter at I'm wanting to say like $10 an hour, which is $2 more than everybody else makes. And yeah, it's just some real bullshit. And I mean they just have just no respect for their employees whatsoever. And I mean apparently like the air conditioner's been broken, so since I quit, apparently it's been like in the 90s in there.
What the fuck, dude?
Which I mean
damn,
fucking pretty hot if you ask me.
Yeah.
Like I would have probably walked out just from that, but yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's just I was like such a different person when I walked through those doors. I was such an angry, just fucking hateful person. Like I was just the most negative, always upset, like just so fucking angry all the time when I was in that place. It just like it ruined my life, honestly, a little bit.
Wow.
It had a great effect on my mental health.
It's fair.
So what is the day of the week? It's Friday today. I quit my job on Monday. I walked out a half hour into my shift. It felt pretty cool. And then, before I got back home, I had to find another job, so my dad didn't just immediately kick me out. I'm like, shit, how am I going to find another job today? And I went to my grandma's house, and my aunt lives there, and she hooked me up with a job at Dairy Queen. And it seems like a respectable establishment that treats their employees well, so shout out to Dairy Queen. Fuck Galahan McDonald's.
Yeah, get fucked.
I mean, yeah, just all kinds. Everything breaks there constantly. All of their shit just...
I mean...
They never want to buy new shit. And every machine in there breaks constantly. Every machine.
Ice machine down.
Yeah.
The menu for the drive-thru down.
Yeah, it's fucking excessive. The headsets just break. And then we spent months trying to get new headsets. Months. And then finally they're like, oh, there was a bill that we didn't pay. And that's why we weren't able to get the new headsets. So they paid their stupid ass bill. and we finally got new headsets. I came in, and they're like, we got new headsets. I expect to see a set of new headsets. I look on the wall. It's the same, like, visibly broken other headsets. We got 2 new headsets. And because the system for the card reader was down, and that, like, affected... It wasn't just the card reader. It was for, like, other shit. They apparently could not hook up the other headset or something like that. That's what they said. I don't think the 2 things are related. Maybe they are, but whatever. So they had 1 new headset and just a shit ton of broken headsets. And yeah, being a manager, you have to do all this bullshit. Like, you have to do some, like, you're supposed to do pre-shift checklists. And it's like, sure, I'd be fine doing those, except I still make the same amount as if I was just some motherfucker who wasn't a manager and just walked in and just cooked on the grill. Also, as a manager, you're supposed to be, like, up front and, like, doing running and stuff, which is when you put the food into the bag and you know, hand it to the drive-thru guy, or you hand it out the counter. You're supposed to do that kind of thing, and I asked them to help me learn that, or help me learn table, because I'm sick of doing back drive-thru all the time, and they just put me on back drive-thru, and I don't know, I just started to hate the job after a while, and I started to take it out on people who didn't deserve it, but it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I should be shot. Just kidding.
Wow.
That's how they treat the drive-thru ambassador.
Yeah,
this is the local McDonald's employee.
They might put a hit on you.
This
after this.
This is the most specifically local thing you've ever done on the show. I've never listened to the show. I assume this is the most locally specific thing you've ever done.
Never listened to the show, eh?
You're not gonna catch this on late night news, okay?
I listened to the first episode and I kept trying to talk back to you guys. And that was weird, because I've never just listened to you guys talk without being able to contribute to the conversation. It was really odd.
That is kind of funky.
And also, like, on iTunes, the episodes go up as videos instead of just audio files. So they're like over a gigabyte to download, and I just don't have the patience to download like gigabyte videos.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
So, I mean, it's fair. It's fair. I don't even know how this is on iTunes. Like, no offense. Like, I just don't... I was very surprised that it's on there.
The system's broken.
Yeah. I mean, it's not broken. Anybody could be on iTunes, I guess.
So we got a RSS feed, and you link the RSS feed to the YouTube channel. That's why they all showed up as videos. Now, did I want that? No. That's how it happens.
I don't even know what an RSS feed is.
Well, I mean, I can't explain it to you now. It's been a year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Shit's whack.
It's kind of why Weather Channel's been at its hiatus.
Here we are at season 2 of the Weather Channel.
Rebirth.
It's the 4th of July today.
Yeah.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
To all Christians only.
Give them the weather for the 4th of July.
Just a moment. For today, you mean?
Yeah. For this great holiday.
This great holiday. Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Anyway.
You can start with the forecast from a few days prior to the 4th of July.
Here we are. Today's the 4th of July. I have the forecast right here. The sun's going to be going down about 9:19 p.m. But, I mean, as I'm sure you know, it takes about a half hour after that for it to get dark. That's going to be when your fireworks are going to start, folks.
This is when the show starts.
It's going to be a Thursday, so they probably are going to be doing it, like, on the weekend for most people. Or something like that, but it's fine. It's going to be around the same time the next day. The sun sets, relatively the same time compared to 2 days. 2 days next to each other, not like a day in the summer compared to a day in the winter, I mean, in the winter, for God's sake.
And that's the weather.
Beautiful.
So, the pollen's out of control.
Like, I mean, it is.
It's fucking excessive.
It's
raining today. There's a 50% chance that it's raining right now.
It's like
It's hot.
it's like
It's always
it's a toss
raining.
up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Hopefully
shit.
those fireworks don't get rained out, folks.
Fuck.
So we got Jesus Christ coming on the show. What's that? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ cannot make it onto the show.
Yeah. He's a bit
Rip.
flaky.
So, I mean, you know, July 4th, 1776, Declaration of Independence. There it was, lying on the table. Can you picture it in your minds, people? Can you see it?
Yeah,
It's okay.
They
I
signed
can
it.
see it.
They slaughtered a wild turkey and plucked a feather from its breast, dipped it in some ink, and signed their names.
Legends.
July 4th, 1776. I mean, that was, God, 100 years ago. I mean, you know, the United States of America has done a lot of great things over the years.
I can name about 2.
Go ahead.
Never mind.
Okay. So, I mean, we did stop, you know, the Holocaust.
Eventually.
We got him eventually. We stopped him.
Yeah.
What else we do?
I mean, we killed Germany in World War I, right?
Yeah.
There were other countries in there that were bad guys. We kicked their asses. Is war good though? There's good things. I mean, it's good to stop the Holocaust, but was it good that we just? All right. Anyway, what did we did? Helen Keller. Did she live in the United States? Was she American? I just assumed she was from the United States. Actually, I don't know if she was. Where was she from?
In our story, she is.
Okay, so the great American citizen Helen Keller, born July 4th, 1776, blind, deaf, but somehow, allegedly, she could just write. Somehow, she could just write shit down.
Yeah.
Doesn't she have, like, books? Does she have books?
I think you're thinking
Did
of
Helen
Anne. You're thinking of
not
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank, bro. I'm not one of those people. Hang on. Helen Keller has books. Helen Keller, the blind, deaf woman.
Going on with
An
America's treasures.
An American author. An American author and poet are 2 things about her that Google just told me.
I'm gonna say that's a lie.
How did she write shit, though? How did she know what stuff was?
Just kind of guess, you know.
Is Helen Keller a myth? Do people just make that up?
I mean, probably not, but. But
I guess
was
we
gonna
don't know.
say,
Yesterday
What
was her
a-
birthday. I mean, June 27th was her birthday, which isn't yesterday.
Because today is
That was a while
Independence
back.
Day.
Yeah. Anyway, Max, what were you saying?
an American treasure, King of the Hill.
Honestly, where would we be without Mike Judge?
Yeah.
In the fucking done.
I heard
That's
Helen Keller actually wrote one of the episodes of King of the Hill.
Sick.
That was a good
Kicks
poem.
total
Yeah.
ass.
I'm still stuck on the Anne Frank thing. I don't understand how she just wrote stuff.
You don't know how Anne Frank wrote stuff.
Not Anne Frank, Helen Keller. See, you got me doing it now.
I mean, they're basically the same person.
No, I never confused them before.
Like, why couldn't Anne Frank write anything?
Anne Frank. Anne Frank could. I met Helen Keller.
Oh.
Yeah, Anne Frank
you said
was
Anne
perfectly
Frank,
I
but-
fucking know. It's because of Sam's bastard ass. He's
Sorry.
like, you mean Anne Frank? Anne Frank, the famous American author?
Yeah.
Famous American Adolf Hitler. who tried to put a stop to Anne Frank's diary being written.
Yeah, what a fuck.
Yeah. I'm glad the United States shot him in the head.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah. Supposedly.
That's what I heard.
Dude, they got the Hunting Hitler show on the fucking History Channel now.
Let's go after him.
Dude, there's like
some people still believe, like epic conspiracy theory. Hitler's still out there somewhere.
There's no way he would have died of old age, even if he was.
If there's any
somewhere out
people
there.
that listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, he had like this guy on there who was talking about like in like Argentina, in like South America, there was like Nazi colonies and shit, and like
nice.
They were just doing, this like the research. They were like the scientists and shit, and they were just experimenting on like the locals.
Nice.
Sick.
Pretty badass, honestly. So, we have a lot to be proud of. This great nation. Housing the Nazi scientists to develop great technology for us.
Yeah.
I mean, without them, there would be no RoboCop.
I mean, everyone was doing it. We had to join in.
We wouldn't have NASA.
Yeah. That actually stands for the Nazi American Space Association.
That's a breakaway government. What do you think of that, Jacob?
Yeah.
What do I think of what?
NASA being a breakaway government. They are the real government. What was the other one? There were two breakaway governments.
Was it the CIA or the FBI?
I don't fucking know.
Is that true?
It's probably the NRA.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
What?
Are we allowed to talk about this on the podcast? Or are we going to get shut down?
We already got Galahans
Is the
coming
government
after
going
us.
to take us down?
We already got Galahans, so I mean, what's the risk?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Our
Fucking
hands
Galahans.
are covered in blood already.
I mean, Dairy Queen will protect us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
They got
Dairy
the
Queen.
lawyers.
Fucking A. Shout out to Dairy Queen.
So have you put in a day at Dairy Queen yet, or
Not yet, not till Monday.
kick ass?
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Really, it'll be a bit of a different game, really.
No, for sure. It's going to be an ice cream heavy game.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to flip blizzards and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever do that, Max?
For those listening at home, Sam turned his hand upside down as if indicating to flip a blizzard.
Yeah, that was it. All right, let's get to our caller.
Our caller, we're just gonna call somebody.
See if they answer.
I'm just gonna Google Helen Keller phone number and call whatever number pops up.
I mean, I hope she answers.
Oh, Helen Keller Hospital. Okay. We cannot call Helen Keller Hospital.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fucked up.
It's gonna be a bunch of damn hospitals. Fuck you, Helen Keller,
I don't
for
know, man.
naming a bunch of hospitals
I don't know,
after
man.
yourself.
Just call Kelmer. Fuck it.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
Our correspondent in the field.
Yeah. Out here in the field, he fought for his meals. Mike is not picking up much from that. Oh,
Maybe a little bit.
we'll edit it out if it's fucked up.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available. Please try again later.
Oh, can you call me back later?
No.
We gotta leave a message.
Podcast is right now.
Yeah, sorry, Calmer, if you missed out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Anyway.
Well, there goes our correspondent in the
Yeah.
field. His hot take on the political debates.
And
Damn it.
that's been our caller segment.
I'll have to call Ping Pong instead. Our Asian correspondent, or whatever race he is.
Pong.
He's like a Native American, isn't he?
Yeah,
Thought he was like Hawaiian.
no, he's Native American. Don't say that.
I don't.
Shit.
I mean, it's all the same, right? Non-white.
Sorry,
Non-white
Big
is
Pong.
all the same to me. Damn it.
Ping Pong was a good guy.
Just kidding.
I mean, he still is.
I love all races.
Ping Pong would forgive me.
He's wholesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I thought the power went out for a second. That would have been fucked right up.
Yeah.
And I need to adjust the power settings on my
For
on
everyone's
the rig.
information, Max's computer just went to sleep.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Hang on.
It was pretty
I
spooky.
I can probably fix it like right now, dude.
Yeah,
I hope
Max
so,
thinks he
Max.
has the hacking skills to be able to make his computer go to sleep after a longer time, but we'll see. We'll see if he has
Just you wait.
if he has the hacking chops.
Oh shit, he's doing it. Never.
I think turn off the display was what it was doing, wasn't it?
That's what I turned to never.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, don't turn my display off.
Bastards.
Alright, you got
I just
more
need to get a
topics?
screensaver.
I mean, we need to talk about this great nation, the United States of America.
Damn, we were struggling, dude.
Hang on. Hang on. Hey. Can we take a moment of silence and just remember September 11th, 2001?
Starting now.
God bless. Thank you. Now, before we begin, I would just like to lead us in a little prayer.
Alright. Say grace.
Yeah.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity for the family to gather once more this Thanksgiving and enjoy some delicious food at home on our dinner table.
Come on, dude. It's the 4th of July.
We
What's
thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay.
I mean, the 4th of July is really about celebrating all of the great Christian holidays, right? Things like Thanksgiving, September 11th.
We are a Christian nation.
Yeah, our official religion is actually Christianity. Look it up.
There you have it.
This
Look it up.
great nation.
You heard it here.
So,
Alright.
was that shit like an inside job?
What?
9/11?
9/11.
Or Thanksgiving.
Either one.
9/11? I don't know, dude. Like, I don't. It'd be really fucked up if it was an inside job, dude.
Yeah.
But like,
We're gonna have to cancel the 4th of July if 9/11
Like, I don't
was
know.
an inside job.
I haven't been reviewing the notes of the investigation
Just think,
here.
I don't have the PhD level history books
Yeah,
that Alex
like-
Jones has.
Yeah.
Yeah, find me the PhD level history books and let me take a read.
I'll send them your way. I'll put tabs in the pages.
Dude, I wonder if Joe Rogan's followed up with that.
I'd like to hope so, but I doubt it.
What are you talking about?
Like, have you seen the
What were
the
they even
second
talking?
the second podcast with Alex Jones? On
Yeah,
the,
but
the experience.
No.
I can't remember. What are you referring to specifically?
were-
Like, Alex Jones was saying he had these PhD level history books. That's where he's getting all his information.
they were like right at the time they were talking about like how like the Nazis used like just like psychedelics and all this shit to contact just like extraterrestrial beings. He's like that's what the PhD level history books say. He's like I don't believe it, but I'll send them to you. I'll put tabs in the pages.
I mean, he didn't. There's no fucking way. They recorded that podcast for 5 hours. They both forgot about that shit.
Joe Rogan can't sleep at night because he's thinking about it.
I don't know. I mean, Alex Jones is certainly a silver-tongued devil. Like, he talks a good game.
He really does. I mean, you gotta at least give him that.
I mean, he's a hell of an entertainer. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just has a tendency to take it a little too far at points.
I mean, sure.
We've all
he
done
pushes the boundary, you know, toes the line, maybe steps over a little bit.
Yeah, that's why we love him.
Big toe over.
For sure.
So yeah, Alex Jones is what makes this country great. On the
Yeah.
4th of July.
Honestly, Alex Jones is the only true American patriot, so we should be watching InfoWars this fine July 4th.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping up early tonight.
Special guest Alex Jones for July 4th episode of the WeatherChannel.THEwav.
Alex, where you at?
Max, do your Alex Jones. You got a really good one, right? Go ahead, pull it out of the old tool belt.
Come on, do it.
I don't know, dude.
Hey. No,
yeah, that's
not
it.
It's
Alright.
me.
Do it, Max.
The chemicals in the water. Turning the frogs gay.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
There it is.
There's Alex.
There he was.
Oh.
Special thanks to Alex Jones for coming onto the WeatherChannel.THEwav.
Much appreciation to him.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesus Christ for nothing else besides dying on that cross.
Shout out.
The nails were put into his wrists, not his hands. His hands would have turned to mush, so they were in his wrist. Contrary to popular belief.
Another conspiracy.
It's no conspiracy. I mean, he died on that cross. He died for our
crucifixion's a hell of a
sins.
thing.
There's no doubt about that. Jesus, he saved us. That much is certain. He's up there. He's waiting in his eternal paradise for us. That much is for sure.
It's proven.
Yeah,
Fact check
it is proven actually that God and heaven and hell and Jesus and Satan are all real. So I mean,
Fascinating.
look it up on the Bible wiki.
Yeah, we'll link it in the bio.
http://www.wikipedia.org.
And Wikipedia.
Is it
doing
a .org? It's got to be.
I don't know.
It's got to be wikipedia.org.
When are they shutting down Wikipedia? Just to piss everyone off.
Dude, why would they do that?
Wikipedia is so good.
What if they just shut it down
Yeah.
if they didn't get enough donations? They're like, what if that's how they blackmailed people into donating? They're like, we're just going to fucking shut this website down if we don't get enough money.
And they
That'd
don't-
be
They don't
a
need
ballsy power move.
I mean, they already
but-
like beg people to donate
Yeah.
every time it's like donation season for them. Which I mean, I understand. They don't have any ads. They need to make their money.
Yeah, like honestly, I almost feel kind of bad when I see it and I just kind of scroll down.
It's a better strategy to just be like, we're gonna shut this whole fucking website down if you don't give us $500 billion.
You guys got 10 days.
Yeah. Do you think there'd be a new Wikipedia coming up from the ashes when they don't make their $500 billion?
Yeah, but would it be as good?
No.
Wikipedia too.
I mean, like they've
They've compiled Wikipedia pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we got some archives for sure. We could revive it. We could bring it back.
Like, yeah, that would be
like they just wipe everything.
What if the internet?
It's kind of
just got
spooky to
deleted?
think about, really.
Cause like there's so much information on Wikipedia. Like
I mean, the good thing about it
Wikipedia
is
and
their
just, like, the
sources have to be
internet
cited
and-
from somewhere, so you know that information's not being deleted. It's going to be somewhere where they got their source from.
Like Wikipedia and like just the internet in general, dude. If they just took it away.
Oh, if they just took the internet away, that would fuck up things like pretty bad.
Yeah,
'Cause, I
people
mean,
would be.
Like, doesn't
Yeah,
I mean,
pissed.
surely the economy relies on the internet. Surely that would just ruin it.
and everything does these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that would be an apocalyptic event, honestly, if the internet went out.
I mean that was the whole thing. Like Y2K. That was
I mean, it wouldn't be apocalyptic. Well, I mean, a lot of shit wouldn't work.
yeah.
It would be at least sending us back to caveman times. People would die. I mean, I'm not saying that like
A
as
decent
a joke.
forecast.
Like people on life support would fucking die for one. People that rely on any kind of machine to save their life or keep them alive, are fucking bye bye. You know. I mean, fuck them anyway. Who needs disabled people and the elderly?
I don't know, like,
Just
this is
kidding.
just me personally, but, like, if I have to be kept alive barely with, like, a bunch of machines and shit,
Oh,
so
yeah,
just
just-
put me down, dude.
for sure.
Come on.
I think we should
Do
have
the
assisted
death blow.
suicide. I mean, I think we should definitely have assisted suicide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or,
we've
like,
all been
just,
through the loss of a loved one. You know how?
or just, like, what's
That
the
shit
word
take
for
forever.
it? Like, it's like euthanization
Yeah, euthanasia.
or euthanasia, whatever. Like what's like the
Where they, I mean, they euthanize people.
yeah. There you go.
Euthanasia is the word.
There we go.
Do
But
it.
I mean, yeah, we should have it.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Did
you did the wrong timer.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say you did the wrong one, but you were very confident that you did the right one. So I'm like, oh, I must have just saw it wrong.
Yeah,
but
maybe you did when the computer goes to sleep.
you definitely did.
Fun.
Like I saw it happen, but I just chose to not believe my own eyes
Oh,
because
God.
I believed your word over my own eyes, Max.
Fun fact. The
See,
PC went
that's
to
the
sleep
key.
again.
You gotta
Oh,
act-
caller.
We got a caller on the show. Hi, Calmer. What are you doing?
Laying in bed.
Welcome to WeatherChannel.THEwav.
Wow.
You're on the show, Caleb.
What'd you think of the debates?
It's the 4th of July, right? Are you watching the fireworks?
Yes.
Good.
Well, there
I
it
gotta
is.
say, and I'm sure Sam would agree, I was kind of upset that they they let Yang talk like twice.
Yeah, I was real pissed. To be honest.
Yeah.
Let Yang speak.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be a better way to integrate a phone call into the podcast because
Yeah, maybe later.
this isn't optimal. Yeah, I mean this is good
one-
technology.
Did I let you guys go?
One last question here. Did you watch both of them, or did you just watch a little bit?
I just watched highlights from the first, and then I didn't even watch the entirety of the second. I just watched like half an hour of it, and then like a little bit of highlights.
And can you give us a bit of the weather in your location?
The weather.
For the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hailing, I would imagine.
How's the pollen? How's the pollen looking, Caleb?
What's that?
The pollen? How is it looking?
The pollen.
The pollen level.
Oh, the pollen level. Dude, pollen level's fucking off the charts, dude.
I agree.
Off the charts.
It's a national crisis at this point.
Yeah. We should kill ourselves in protest of the high pollen level.
Absolutely.
Did you hear they're gonna delete Wikipedia?
Yeah. If they don't reach $500 billion in donations, they're deleting Wikipedia.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for
Yeah.
calling in for your
Yeah.
support.
It's
in
been
the
nice,
field.
Caleb. We love you.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
What a gullible bitch. Could you imagine being that big of a gullible bitch?
I don't know if you bought that.
No, I'm just kidding. Caleb's not a bitch. He's a good man.
Let's see here.
I don't know. Caleb can be a little gullible. No offense, Caleb. You can be a little gullible for a smart guy.
He seemed like he was half asleep.
For sure.
In all fairness.
So they're deleting Wikipedia. Listeners at home. Massive fan base.
So
They are deleting Wikipedia.
we're gonna start a GoFundMe down in the description below for Wikipedia.
Yeah, we're going to start our own Wikipedia. And it's going to be
Whoa.
heavily censored and slanted to our own political views.
What would we call it?
JesusChrist.com. Only Christian content allowed. Pretty much just you're only allowed to use the Bible as your source. So anything besides that,
New Testament or Old? Like
both. I mean, both are Christian. I mean, the Old's a little Jewish, so it's a little crucified Jesus-y, if you will, but
yeah.
it's a little money hungry, if you will. Just kidding. That's anti-Semitic, so, and I don't believe that kind of thing. Of course, I love Jewish women and all that.
Yeah.
Jewish men.
Shout out Helen Keller.
Shout out to Helen Keller. Shout out to Anne Frank, the blind, deaf, dumb woman with no arms or legs, who won the 2006 Special Olympics in my backyard. Shout out to David Letterman. Your late night show has been really good lately. I really like what you've done with it. Shout out to Jay Leno. Just the same to you, man. I mean, your jokes are they still feel fresh after all these years, both of you, both Jay and David.
David Letterman's show on Netflix isn't that bad.
I haven't watched it. I
Haven't seen it either.
no.
He had an episode of Kanye and it kind of sucked ass. But then he had an episode of Jay-Z and it was pretty good. You could tell whose fault it was.
Is it a podcast show?
Kind of not really. I mean, it's just a talk show like where they just talk for like an hour and a half.
Oh.
You ever listen to Dr. Phil's podcast, Fill in the Blanks?
No. How's that?
Is that real?
I haven't listened. I started listening to the first episode with Shaquille O'Neal. And,
That sounds awesome.
I mean, you should check it out if you want. It's not going to be like a comedy kind of thing. It's more of a like, you know, you are retarded, and you're gonna have to come to terms with that. Why is it? Do you ever watch Dr. Phil? Like, that guy looks blazed on his show all the time. His eyes are so red, and I don't know if he just like coughs a lot or if his eyes are just like that, but they're always red as fuck.
But you know, I'll be real here, right? The Dr. Phil show sucks ass.
Yeah, it's a sham. I mean, Dr. Phil don't know shit. I mean, he his heart's in the right place. He's helping people. He's helping people get help. But I mean, Dr. Phil himself, he doesn't know. He doesn't know shit. He knows some stuff, but
It's worse than Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars, you mean the only good show? I didn't know American Pickers was still coming on until I heard new episode of American Pickers.
They can't hold down.
Yesterday.
Can't hold down Frank Fritz
Like, how much longer do you think the Pickers got left on this?
till Frank Fritz dies in about a
Like
year.
until they die? Is that what you're
No,
asking?
no,
Oh,
like,
until
on
the show
television,
ends?
yeah.
Infinite, I guess. I mean,
they go forever.
yeah, just until one of them drops, I guess. Until they both drop.
What if they come here and look at the card collection?
That'd be fucking crazy as fuck, and they'd fucking dig the coke shit too. They're like,
Yeah.
what?
Let me Google the American Pickers phone number.
Yeah. It's like, I got some antiques here.
Look at a Troy Aikman jersey. Autographed. Mike Wolf would be rushing his ass down here if he heard that.
Antique Archaeology, is that the name of their store?
Pretty
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
Remember we went there? Senior trip?
Oh, yeah. I mean, shit was crowded in there.
Yeah, it was,
And
Should I
shit
call
was
it
like
the Nashville
way
store?
overpriced.
yeah, it wasn't
It's not
all
gonna
that
be
cool,
open.
sadly.
It's 11 o'clock at night. What the fuck am I thinking? Is
Who's
it a
the
different-
who's the counter lady who gets the leads for him?
His name like Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle
it is.
better be at the fucking phone right now.
She's not gonna be, like I said. It's 11 o'clock p.m.
She doesn't pick up this call. She's
It's
missing
11.
the business.
What if she was the one who answered the calls? Would that be hilarious?
Yeah, people be calling there all day.
Remember the Cake Boss?
Yeah.
No.
Like, it was an okay show.
I like the. I mean, they made some crazy ass cakes, but also like the shit was made out of fondant.
I don't know.
Fondant. I think it's pronounced fondant, I think. But anyway, it just tastes like chemicals and like sadness, but it's also like really good for like modeling, and it's edible, technically edible, and they use it on a lot of cakes, so the cakes just taste terrible.
Cake Boss exposed live on
Yeah.
the podcast. 4th
I mean,
of July.
I've never tasted the cakes, but I mean, I know fondant tastes terrible.
I'm
It
gonna
didn't
come over
fondant.
here and kick your ass.
Why is he? You can't just drop his. You just can't drop his name like that.
Honestly, as soon as you said Cake Boss, that's what
Why
I
is
thought
he a
of.
Cake Boss fan?
He had that picture on Twitter. He's like, something about we're at the Cake Boss.
Oh, that's right.
Something.
Oh, I love him. He's a wholesome guy.
I mean, let's get him on the podcast.
Yeah, bring him on the podcast.
Maybe next caller.
So
Another correspondent in the field.
So earlier, you were saying, you know, you were trying to justify the Holocaust, Max. You were saying something about Jews before the podcast started. You were justifying the Holocaust, and you were saying it was because of something to do with the Jews.
Sounds like something you'd say, Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
We have a coward.
So, I mean, you know, we're gonna be coming up with a Call of Duty World at War Let's Play soon on the Weather Channel official YouTube channel.
That'd be sick.
Also, we'll be in the podcast feed as well on the iTunes podcast feed.
I mean, you guys want to see everything.
Yeah, the World at War Let's Play is gonna be intense.
Shit.
Like, are we playing this?
They're getting rid of iTunes. Remember, like just a few weeks ago, they announced they're getting rid of iTunes.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
fuck.
podcast's not separate, right?
No.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It is on my telephone, but I don't know if it's
Wait,
actually.
what are they getting rid of?
They're
Oh,
iTunes.
Isn't the podcast store like an entirely separate store? It's not like a
No.
store, but like it's a separate area on the phone. Like, look, if you open up the telephone, you go to the podcast app.
Yeah.
Look, it's Cumtown.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that because when you upload them, you upload them to iTunes, but there must be a workaround.
I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't just cancel the show. They're like, you're not good enough for iTunes too.
Right. When they drop an iTunes too.
Yeah,
Dude,
iTunes.
we'll play him in some basketball to fucking get on the team.
Yeah, if anyone's,
They're like, no. Like that's stupid.
we've been running it up here at Magmore Park.
Yeah, a few games of pickup basketball.
If anyone wants to come
have been
out
had.
and get rocked, I'm right out Scott calling you out.
Shit.
Cal Murph calling you out.
Tag it out on the Weather Channel Twitter.
Man, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah, tag him when you upload this episode. Edit out anything offensive we say about louder,
Dude,
including this part.
no,
Edit
it's
out
fucking
this part.
cool that he likes the Cake Boss, alright?
I don't know. I don't
Are
think
you
we said
implying the
anything.
Cake Boss is not
And
cool?
I don't think anything bad about either. I don't want to say anything that would have hurt his feelings, but I don't think I did. But Cake Boss is great. Old buddy. You know, he's a brown person, but he's not bad for a brown person.
I think he's
Just
funny.
kidding.
I think he's funny as shit.
I love people of all sizes and colors. And,
Again, I mean,
genders.
don't really care for Cake Boss. I mean, yeah, they make some cool shit, but I mean,
Yeah,
respect the trade.
I'm more of a SpongeBob SquarePants kind of guy personally.
Hell yeah.
Right up the same alley.
I haven't seen SpongeBob in a hot minute.
Yeah. Nah. Same.
You remember the EDM episode of SpongeBob we were just talking about the other night? He knows.
Anyway, so that's how the song from SpongeBob goes.
Yeah, that was like a year 2000 classic, I bet. Maybe it's 99, I don't know.
It's very early SpongeBob, back when the show was, you know, not to be one of those SpongeBob fans, but
Not to be a 30-year-old boomer or anything, but seasons 1 through 3.
yeah, where it's at. I heard the show gets better later on when old Steven Hillenburg comes back, but I have a feeling we're gonna see a sharp decline in quality very soon for similar reasons. It's kind of the opposite reason, I guess. R.I.P. Steven Hillenburg.
Yeah,
Another great American hero gone too soon. This brings us back to September 11th, 2001, because it's all about Americans gone too soon. Another great American gone too soon was John Fitzgerald Kennedy on November 22nd, 1963. His head just did that.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
We all
breaking
remember.
news.
Yeah.
Was that the right date? Oh, my voice cracked.
I don't know.
My voice cracked again. November, that sounds right. November 22nd, 1963. I'm checking it.
I mean, you fooled me.
Yeah, dude. Say with a little bit of confidence. I mean, anybody will buy it.
And nobody's gonna give a shit.
Well, I was right anyway, so here we have it.
Yeah.
What do you think of the conspiracy?
You gotta believe in yourself.
The conspiracy that there was 2 shooters, or multiple.
I haven't done enough research on it really. I mean,
Get out the history books.
everything's a conspiracy, so it's hard to tell what
Yeah,
stuff
what-
is really a conspiracy and what stuff people just think is a conspiracy.
Where am I supposed to find all this stuff?
Yeah, how am I supposed to find the truth? I'm just some guy like everybody else. How am I supposed to find what truth is the real truth out there?
You go to YouTube.com.
How am I supposed to become woke?
You go to YouTube.com and type in the truth about the John F. Kennedy
If
assassination.
the truth was really that bad, why would it just be on YouTube? If they tried that hard to hide it, why would the truth just be available on YouTube.com?
Don't say that.
I don't know. I mean, there's definitely stuff that the government's lying about and covering up, but not every goddamn thing is a conspiracy. Maybe we really did land on the moon. Maybe September 11th was not an inside job.
I'm gonna say we landed on the moon.
Maybe JFK's head didn't just do that. Maybe there was a shooter. Who knows?
That's the faking the moon landing. That's the worst conspiracy.
Yeah, it's
Why would we do that?
I mean, okay, I was about to say what do we have to gain, but I mean it was like a little game we were playing with the Russians. We were being competitive. We were having a little space race. I understand.
Like, I don't know. Here's my thing. Like, why would they take all, like, the cameras and shit, like, when they're actually going up on the moon? Like, I don't know. Like, would it be, like, too heavy and shit?
What do you mean by that?
How the hell did they use 60s technology to broadcast a signal from the moon?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm just saying, I don't know how the hell they got that shit done. I mean, they had satellites back then, I guess. I don't know. I'm no scientist.
I mean, this is what the Nazi scientists did, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it all comes full circle back to the Nazis.
It really does.
Back to the Nazi scientists.
Back to the breakaway
So,
government.
Shout out to the Nazis. Shout out to Adolf Hitler. Shout out to Nazi Germany. Shout out to the swastika. Shout out to 6 million dead Jews. And shout out to Jesus Christ.
I mean, think about it.
Again.
If 6 million Jews didn't die, we wouldn't have made it on the moon.
Well, we would have made it eventually. We'd have made it by now.
We wouldn't have made it on the moon.
Well, how far would that have set us back without the Nazis? I see, we don't have enough information here in the three of our brains to be able to discuss how far we would have made it without the Nazi scientists. It's probably on Wikipedia, too bad.
It would have been a little bit slower, I feel.
I mean, without the Nazi scientists, we wouldn't have Wikipedia. Yeah, think about that, man.
I can't
That
believe
is
John Stamos
sure
died in that
fact.
plane crash on July 2nd, by the way, guys.
What?
That was fucking dark when John Stamos passed in that plane crash on July 2nd,
Man,
2 days ago.
Man, don't talk about it.
Fuck. R.I.P. R.I.P. Uncle Jess. We miss you.
We think of Lori Loughlin.
I think she deserves to go to fucking prison. Probably not for 40 years, though.
Yeah, it's
40 years is probably too much, but also, I don't know if she's going to be going for 40 years. She's probably not going to be going for 40 years. I don't want the woman to kill herself. I want her to get... She should get... How many years should she get? Maybe...
I bet she doesn't get 4 months.
I don't know. People are pissed.
Yeah, she's not getting 25 to life here.
I mean, she deserves... I mean, really, what? A couple years at the most, really, when it comes down to it?
To be honest, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, prison's ultimately about,
Yeah.
like, are they going to do it again? Are they a threat to society? She's not a threat to society. She's probably not going to do it again. So, let her out in 2 years. Shit. Give her 2 years in prison.
How are they going to record Fuller House without Lori Loughlin?
Shit. I mean, just have her sit out the season or two. I mean, this is assuming she gets in for 2 years. 2 years is a fair punishment, I think. Because 2 years is still a long amount of time, but it's not like... I mean, it's not like a super long time. So put Lori Loughlin away for exactly 2 years. Starting today. She's coming out on July 4th, 2021. Stay tuned for that episode. It's just going to be Max and Sam. You know.
It's just going to be Max.
Yeah, it's just going to be Max.
Celebrating the release of Lori Loughlin.
And mourning the death of his 2 friends.
And John Stamos.
Yeah, and John Stamos, who died 2 years and 2 days prior.
Yay.
Not
Yeah,
yay.
I can't wait.
Not yay.
What the fuck?
It's gonna be sad, Max.
I was being sarcastic.
Speaking of Steven Hillenberg, how very appropriate, Sam, with your shirt choice, given the situation. Sam has an anti-ALS shirt on at the moment. Which, I mean, I'm glad he has an anti-ALS stance. If you were pro-ALS, you'd be a really fucked up individual.
I mean, I'm against ALS.
Yeah, fuck ALS. We're gonna find a cure to ALS on the WeatherChannel.THEwav. We're gonna get our top scientists on it.
The R&D team.
The Nazi side.
Yeah, we're gonna get our top white supremacist Nazi scientists on the situation. Yeah, 2019's Nazi scientist. It's just some fucking skinhead 19-year-old from the internet.
He's gonna crack the case eventually.
Yeah. Some guy that posts Nazi symbols on the internet. Not to name their names because it's too bad to say on the podcast. Censor that, by the way. Put a beep over the word swag.
Will do.
Editor. Go ahead and censor all the swearing in this one, honestly. This is for the 4th of July, for God's sake. Censor the word God and Jesus as well.
Oh my god.
Censor and Frank.
Yeah. Censor any language that might be offensive.
Perfect.
Censor all capital letters and punctuation, please.
And when we got on the phone with Calmer, just to censor for 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, that part's gonna sound bad. If that shit sounds as bad as it looked like it sounded on the screen, you probably should cut it out.
Nah, it's staying
Yeah,
in.
we're keeping it no matter what.
Like, if we
You
can
might
hear
wanna-
him, it's staying in.
You might want to trim it at least, because
I don't know, we could probably
I had him
do a
away
little
from the mic
post
for a while.
magic.
You're gonna
make
need to
it
level out this audio really badly as well, because I mean, not to.
We'll
not
worry
to
about
be one
that
of those
later,
people,
dude.
But I'm looking at the screen and the shit's all over the place. It looks like my heartbeat.
How's that lately?
My heart.
Yeah.
I mean, still working for the moment.
That's all that matters.
I mean, hopefully not too long, but we're waiting it out. So,
How do you feel about sleeping?
how do I feel about sleeping? I mean, sleep's okay. You know, sometimes I'll wake up and stuff. But, I mean, as far as activities go, I haven't slept in a bed in a few days, so
Why?
I don't really look forward to
Why?
sleep as much because I just have to sleep on a couch.
Why is that?
Because I'm moving to my grandma's house at the moment.
Back to the old abode, eh?
Yeah. Bought a Nintendo Switch. Been playing some
Somewhat.
some Mario Kart, some Super Smash Brother, some Legend of Zelda Breath Wild, that kind of thing.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, 9 out of 10 for the system itself and the 3 games. That's my overall review of every product mentioned.
Shout out Nintendo.
Yeah, shout out to Nintendo for having very high quality first party titles. Shout out to Nintendo for having the balls to let them port The Witcher 3. And shout out to, I don't know if CG Project, whatever the hell, ported it themselves. Whoever ported it, shout out to them for having the balls. Shout out to whoever had the balls to port The Witcher 3.
What do you think of that, Max?
I mean,
Cut that part out.
Given with what hardware they had with the Switch, the fact that they got it to play, like, I haven't seen, like, I'd like to play it, and I don't know, I would only play it if I had, like, a Pro controller, and I mean, at that point, what it isn't really different than playing, like, on my computer.
You
so.
do have a Pro controller.
I know, but
Yeah.
I don't need to buy another version of The Witcher.
Where would you be playing The Witcher 3 that you couldn't already just be playing The Witcher 3?
Like, I can play from my computer or my Xbox.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, where would you take the Switch with you?
You can play it down in the basement.
You'd have, like, no reason to
Yeah, I mean,
unless you,
I don't take the dock everywhere.
just mount it on your dashboard. Play
My
Witcher
car.
3 on the road. Yeah.
On my way to work, I'm just like,
Yeah.
my car's just veering, like, very heavily to the right.
Dude, if you had a self-driving Tesla, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just get on that real quick.
Did you see the Pornhub video of the people fucking in the self-driving Tesla? It's very romantic. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's legitimate. Elon Musk, like, he tweeted something, like, when it came out, like, showing that he heard about it. Like, it was something kind of subtle, but at the same time, he acknowledged the video. I forget what it was, but anyway, I mean, it's, as far as I know, it's a real video. People just fucking in the self-driving Tesla.
Oh, I don't see how they'd fake it.
I mean, Hollywood CG technology. It could just be a Tesla stunt, honestly. Elon Musk would do it. He's crazy enough. He smoked marijuana once on the Joe Rogan Experience. That guy's nuts. He had anime profile pics. That guy's nuts. He's just like us.
It's true.
He's so relatable to us.
I like Elon
He really
Musk.
is, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I like him.
I mean, yeah, he seems okay for a billionaire.
yeah.
Pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. Let's get him on the show.
Oh my god.
He just shows up.
We'd have to play basketball.
Let's get Charles Styles Mystery Diners on the show.
We'd have to play basketball. What do you think
Yeah,
of
it's a
basketball?
shame that they couldn't be here for the party today for the 4th.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I mean, we invited all of them.
Yeah, we are here grilling burgers and he didn't show
Hot
up.
dogs too.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple celebrities, but I mean, nobody worthy of being on the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I saw, like, fucking Johnny Depp or some gay shit. Brad Pitt, Brad Paisley, country superstar Brad Paisley.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt again, yeah.
Gorlami.
There's Ashton Kutcher over there with his beautiful wife Mila Kuntz. Well,
That's about it.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
that's
that's-
everybody who showed up to our shitty party. But we had a single beer to split between everybody, and I think for what we had, the party has turned out to be a success for the most part.
I don't think so.
It's a success.
People look bored. They're ready to leave, dude.
I respect that they sat down and shut up so we could record this podcast. It was really nice of them to do that in the middle of the party. Because, I mean, they were listening to music and dancing, and, I mean, they were having a lot of fun until we made them just sit here and shut the fuck up. Yeah. I mean, we need them to witness the live taping. This is a historic moment.
I'm sure they're still partying, but we stopped that. We're no longer a part of that.
No, yeah, I'm sober. I'm 12 minutes sober at the moment.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just kidding. I don't know. How long have we been recording this?
We're almost at an hour here.
You think this is the last episode of the podcast?
No.
Forever?
Well, not if I can help it.
That's crazy.
This is our farewell show.
No, it's not. Shut up. Damn, what were we talking about right before that? Oh, we were talking about how long I've been sober. I've been sober about an hour. A little over an hour. There we have it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great
So,
job.
I mean, through the power of Christ and
We're going to have to
America.
censor that.
Through the power of the New
I
Testament.
mean, Sam doesn't mind, so
Yeah.
it's cool.
I don't care.
And I wouldn't want like a regular beep. You know how like if they got a song on the radio, sometimes they'll just take the word and then they'll just play it in reverse. That's what I want you to do. I want you to isolate where we say the word on the little Audacity timeline, and I want you to use the reverse effect on every single one.
Quick and easy.
Yeah. And when I say swear, I mean, you know, every God, every Jesus, you know, man. Maybe anything that sounds too close to a swear word. Maybe we should
You're
just
really
go ahead and
picky.
censor that to be careful. Leave the N word intact.
Fair.
Just kidding. I don't say the N word. Max does. But I don't personally, because I said that's offensive to African Americans.
It's pretty heartless, Max.
Yeah.
To brother.
You called a black guy a slave the other day. That was pretty fucked up, Max.
I mean,
Like you didn't even do it in like a cute or like an endearing like as a nickname or anything. You're just like, hey slave. It wasn't even somebody you knew. It was just a guy off the street. It was really fucked up, honestly.
You can call someone a slave in a cute manner.
yeah.
You didn't do it.
I don't know, dude. I just got off work. I was a bit pricklier there then.
You know how it is. You just get off work and you're pissed.
Yeah. I was a little
For sure.
hungry.
It happens to the best of us.
You know, you get a little racist when you get hungry.
For sure.
It's all Americans, you know.
All Americans get racist when they're hungry. It's something we celebrate on
It's
this
a very
July 4th.
cute thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not enough hamburgers. Too many N-words. Am I right, guys? And when I say too many N-words, I don't mean like too many. Edit that part out, Sam. When I say too many N-words, I don't mean too many black people. I mean like too many people saying the N-word. For the record, I would never call a black person the N-word.
Good thing we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
However, as we previously discussed, Max would. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know. Max does not love Christ like I do. That's fine. You know.
Max hates Christ.
What
Hates
can I
the
say?
Jews.
What can I say? Max is,
Hates the blacks.
Yeah, I can't do anything right.
Hates
He's
the
a
cake
bigot.
boss.
he hates everybody. Like, even if it's a white person who gets a tan, like, he just hates them. Like, once your skin gets above, like, very pale, like, he just doesn't want anything to do with
Yeah,
you.
I'm looking for that pasty skin.
Yeah, something like
Vampire.
Yeah. like a sheet of paper, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like international WWE superstar Sheamus. Something like that.
Yeah, let's see, we're all in danger of Max referring to us as a racial slur of some kind at any moment.
Famous WWE wrestler Sheamus. That's another famous American, right? He's from the United States.
I mean,
Well known as being from the United States. As
a
we
real
all know.
patriot.
I'm really proud.
Yeah. Red, white, and you know, I mean, he doesn't have the blue. I don't know if he like wears blue clothes or something, but he's definitely red and white for our great nation. You know the superstar Sheamus, right, Max?
I think so, yeah.
I never really cared much for Sheamus personally. How about you, Sam?
Thought he sucked ass.
Yeah. So to celebrate the 4th of July, we're gonna assassinate WWE superstar Sheamus. because he's un-American and pale and sickly looking. And we're going to take him down. And while we're at it, we are going to take down the government. We're going to take down every race besides Caucasians. We're going to take down every religion besides Christianity. We're going to take down every gender besides male. And we're going to take down every species except for human being. And that's the show.
Alright, any final statements?
God bless the United States of America.
Alright, we'll see you guys in 2020 when we record the next episode of the podcast.
I love you.
Bye.